guys, MikeMouse74 with another video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Entertainment 2-pack. Bumblebee vs. Starscream also comes with 2 human figures, also comes with a DVD. I'll also be showing you a comparison with the first edition Bumblebee and the first edition Starscream. So, without further ado, let's get these guys in their vehicle modes and see what they're all about. So to start things off, here we have the DVD that's included. Transformers Prime DVD is in English, includes 3 episodes, over 1 hour of entertainment. So I'll just quickly show you the back. You can see the DVD is included. So here's the back. I'll see if I can give you guys a quick close-up. There's a little bio about the movie. If you guys wish to pause the video, then you may do so now. So that's just a little bit about what the DVD is about. So as I said, this is the DVD that is included with the 2-pack. So here we have the 2 figures from the 2-pack, Bumblebee vs. Starscream. On the right we have Leland Silas Bishop, and I hope I pronounced that right. And on the left we have the Mech Soldier. So I'll give you guys a full 360, that way you guys can see all around, and then I'll give you guys a close-up. They do have some detail, not a whole lot, but there is some there. And I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time with these 2 figures, but I do want to spend more time with the actual figures, Bumblebee and Starscream themselves. So now I'll give you guys a quick close-up, that way you guys can actually see some of the detail in the figures. Unfortunately, they do not come off the stand, but that really doesn't bother me too much. So you can see some of the detailing in the knees here and right there as well, and on the other figure, some more detailing in the knees here and right there as well. And come up in the midsection, some more detailing for the waist, and in the other figure as well, some more detailing in the waist area. So overall, they are pretty cool looking figures for being in a 2-pack. So this is just a quick look at Leland Silas Bishop and Mech Soldier. So here we have the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bumblebee. I'm not going to be showing you the transformation. If you want to see the transformation, then you can look at my other video of the first edition Transformers Prime Bumblebee. So this is just a repaint of the first edition Deluxe Bumblebee. The only difference is it's a different color. It looks like maybe a dark yellow or orangish yellow. And since it's the repaint of the first edition, I'm going to be using the stand because I like the stand myself. The stand looks pretty cool. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a close-up, but then I'll give you guys a full 360, and then we can discuss some of the detail, and then I'll show you the original first edition Bumblebee, and then I'll show you comparison, and then we can take a look at their robot modes. So for detail-wise, so like I said, it's pretty much the same figure as the first edition Bumblebee, but the only thing I don't like, it doesn't have the Autobot logo. I really wish they would have put that in there, but not much you can really do about it. So again, for detail-wise, instead of having the black detailing here, it's blue detailing on both sides of the hood, and up along the hood, the top of the hood, some blue detailing as opposed to being black on the other side as well. But it does have the same black on the top of the vehicle. Look around the side, some more blue detailing along here, and then it turns into black detailing just above the wheel well. So pretty much everything is pretty much the same with this figure as opposed with the first edition Bumblebee. So it has the orange detailing for the backup lights here and right there as well. Take a look at the other side. Has some more blue detailing here. and turns into black detailing along the back of the wheel well, and some more blue detailing along top of the hood. And as I said earlier, on the roof of the vehicle, it has some black racing stripes along here and along the top here as well. So here's a quick look at the first edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Again, I'll give you guys a close-up of full 360 and discuss a little bit about some of the detail. So this one is a light yellow vehicle. Again, for detail-wise, this one does have the Autobot logo, whereas the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bumblebee doesn't have it. Like I said, I really wish it did, but not much you can really do about that. And this one has some black stripes along the top of the hood, right here and right there as well. The lights on these, on the translucent, blue translucent, are both the same. Whereas the Robots in Disguise Bumblebee, instead of orange right here, it's blue. And same on the other side, instead of being orange on the Robots in Disguise Bumblebee, it's blue. Again, we have some more black stripes along the sides, more detailing here. Again, it's pretty much the same figure, but just a repaint. Again, with the orange detailing for the lights on the back, and some more black detailing along the side right here as well. It also again has some black stripes on top of the hood here and right there as well. So here we have the two figures side by side. On the right we have the first edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. On the left we have the new Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe Class Bumblebee. So like I said, they're pretty much the exact same figure, but just a repaint. You can obviously tell this the color wise. And as I said, the first edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee has an Autobot logo right here, whereas the other one doesn't. I don't know. I just can't. I can't get past that. But I really wish they would have added the Autobot logo. Would have looked so much better. But like I said, for detail wise, the first edition has the orange detailing right here, whereas the Robots in Disguise Bumblebee here, it's blue. The lights are both translucent on the front. Right here, but this one seems a little bit more lighter blue. And as I said, for the detail wise, for the racing stripes, the Robots in Disguise Transformers Prime Bumblebee, the blue stripes along the top of the hood here, and the first edition Bumblebee has the black racing stripes along the hood on both sides. So I'll give you guys a full 360 so you guys can see all around the difference between the two figures. And you can store the weapons inside the vehicle mode, if you guys can see right here. I'll see if I can give you guys a little better shot. So you can see the weapon you can store right inside on the forearm in Bumblebee in car mode, or you can store it underneath, whatever you guys prefer, whatever you guys like. So now let's take a look at the robot modes and see how well they compare with each other. So here we have the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bumblebee in his robot mode. I'll give you guys a full 360, then I'll give you guys a close-up so you guys can have a better look of how it looks in his robot mode. So, as I stated earlier, he's just a direct repaint from the first edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Notice the change in colors. He is now an orange color as opposed to being a yellow. And the detail-wise, instead of having black racing stripes, he now has a light blue racing stripes on the vehicle. And I'm also using the stand from the first edition Bumblebee, just because I like the stand and it just gives it a nice touch. Now I'll give you guys a close-up of the figure. The only downfall I do have with this figure, I just wish that they would have put the Autobot logo in the center of his chest like the first edition, but what are you going to do? You can't really do too much about it. But still a pretty cool looking figure. And he does have great lead piping in the eyes as well. So this is Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, Bumblebee in his robot mode. So here's a quick look at the original Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. So again, I'll give you guys a full 360 and a close-up so you guys can actually see the figure in his robot mode. And again, I'm using the stand for this one as well. So notice the color difference in this one. This one is the lighter yellow, as opposed as being an orange color, and this one has the black racing stripes, as opposed as having the blue racing stripes. So now I'll give you guys a quick close-up of the figure. And there's the Autobot logo in the center of his chest, which I do like, which they don't have for the RID figures. And again, with the lead piping in the eyes, same deal. Really nice looking. So this is the Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee in his robot mode. So here we have the two figures side by side. On the right hand side we have the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bumblebee, and on the left we have the Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Notice the change in colors in between the two figures and the detail. I'll give you guys a full 360, that way you guys can see all around the difference between the two figures. And I'm really going to kick myself in the butt for saying this. I think I'm going to have to go with the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bumblebee for a couple of reasons. He just seems a little bit more stable, and the joint seems a little bit more stronger than the Transformers Prime First Edition figures. In the First Edition ones, the joint seems a little bit more weaker, a little bit more looser, but that's just my opinion. So like I said, I'm going to have to go with the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise figures. But the only downfall is between the two figures. One has the Autobot logo and one doesn't. But like I said, what are you going to do? You can't really do too much about that. So now, let's take a quick look at the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream in his jet mode and his robot mode. So here we're jumping into the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream in his jet mode. I'll give you guys a close-up and a full 360, and then I guess we can get into some of the detail on the figure. So I'll just give you guys a quick 360, that way you guys can see it all around. I guess we can get into some of the detail as we move along. On the back, you can see it's more of a purple detailing on the back here, as opposed as with the first edition. The first edition's one is more of a darker gray. And the first edition one, there's some red detailing, but on this one there's no detailing on the back here. What else? There's some on the first edition one. There's some a dark gray detailing, whereas this one here is a purple detailing, and the figure is a different color as well. This one is a much more of a lighter gray compared to the first edition one. The first edition one is more of a darker gray. The missiles on the first edition one are just plain gray. On the tips of the missiles on this one, it's more of a, I'm gonna go with pink, but if you guys think it's a different color, then let me know. Even on the cockpit, on the windows here, on the first edition one, it has more of a darker gray. And check this out, it even has a Decepticon logo right there. How cool is that? On the first edition, or on the RID Bumblebee, there's no Autobot logo, so whatever. What are you gonna do? You can't do too much. Again, with the detailing, some pink detailing here, whereas on the first edition Starscream, in his jet mode, it's just some dark gray detailing. A little bit some pink detailing right inside here, whereas the first edition one, it's a dark gray detailing. So just giving you guys some detail with the first edition one, and some more detailing underneath, some purple detailing right there as well, and with the legs here, and coming down on the bottom as well, some more purple detailing on the bottom right there, and right there as well. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of detailing with the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream. So now let's take a quick look at the first edition deluxe class Starscream in his jet mode. So here is the first edition deluxe class Starscream in his jet mode. I'll give you guys a close-up, then I guess we can get into some of the detail on the figure with this one as well. And again, I'm using the stand with both figures just because I really like the stand. It just gives it a nice touch, that's all. Again, with the detail-wise, this one here, it's much more of a darker gray with the figure itself. Along the back of the wing, it's more of a darker gray compared to the purple. Again, with the detailing along the back of the tail here, some red detailing, whereas on the other one there's no detailing. On the back, as I said, the first edition is more of a darker gray on this one, and on the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise, more of a purple color. Trying to get all the detail in the figure for you. What else? Even in the missiles are plain gray. On the Robots in Disguise, the tips of the missiles are pink. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit of detail. Even on the cockpit, the window is a dark gray compared to the purple, and some and there's no detailing on this one as the Robots in Disguise Starscream. There's some purple detailing here, and a little bit of purple detailing along here as well, along the sides. And again with the Autobot, or the Decepticon logo, so that's pretty cool. So that's just a little bit of detailing with the Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Starscream. So here we have the two figures side by side in their jet modes. On the right hand side, we have the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream, and on the left hand side, we have the Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Starscream. Notice the change of colors and the details well. I'll give you guys a full 360, why not? And that way you guys can see all around the difference between the two figures in their jet mode. So again, the Robots in Disguise figure is more of a lighter gray compared to the first edition. The first edition is much more of a darker gray compared to the RID one. Jeez, I'm getting myself confused here between the two figures. Both the same figures, both have the same name, but one is the Robots in Disguise and one is the first edition. So it's pretty easy to get myself all messed up. So now let's take a quick look at their robot modes and see how they look. So here we now have the Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise Starscream in his awesome looking robot mode, and I do have to say, he looks fantastic. I just love this figure. I think I like this better a little bit much more than the first edition Starscream. That's just my opinion. And again, I'm using the cardboard stand from the first edition line only because, like I keep saying, I like the cardboard stand, just gives it a nice touch. And he seems to be standing on the stand really, really well, whereas the first edition Starscream, I have a hard time with him standing, period. So, I'll give you guys a full 360, and then I'll give you guys a close-up so you guys can see how awesome he really looks in his robot mode. With the first edition figure, I can't even do this. It makes it impossible for him to stand on the cardboard stand without me giving you guys a full 360. And with this one, I'm really impressed. He just seems more solid than the first edition line. That's just my opinion. So now I'll give you guys a close-up so you guys can have a better look of how he looks in his awesome robot mode. And why not? I'll give you a little bit of detail in robot mode as well. So for detail-wise, if you guys look at at his boots, there's some white detailing on the bottom of the boots right there, whereas the first edition line, the boots are silver color, and the legs right here, right there, the legs are purple, whereas the first edition, it's more of a darker gray, and the thigh area, this is much more of a kind of like an off-white color, where the first edition is more of a lighter gray. And there's no detailing in the first edition, and here there's some purple detailing in the upper thigh right there as well. And in the crotch area, there's some purple detailing here, as in the first edition, it's more of a darker gray. There's some silver detailing in the first edition here, but there's no detailing in the Robots in Disguise Starscream. Here, there's some purple detailing right there. For the first edition, there's some dark gray detailing. The Decepticon logo, it seems, well, it's kind of in the right spot, I guess. It's the Decepticon logo right there. And then in the first edition, there's some red detailing right there and right there, but there's no detailing in here. But you know what? This figure still looks freaking awesome. I just can't get over how well the RID Starscream looks. He just, like I said, he looks fantastic. And I really, really, absolutely love how the detail in the middle of his forehead, how they just paint this how they paint that purple or a pink color, whereas the first edition they didn't even paint it. It just, I don't know. And then there's some more detailing right here. Like I said, I just can't get over how well detailed this one is. Really, really well done. And also these rubber bits, if I can show you right here. I'm sorry about that. These rubber bits right here where the knees are, these are white detail, whereas the first edition, it's more of a darker, a little bit of lighter gray, I guess. But overall, very cool looking figure. And even in the hands, on the first edition, instead of being purple, the hands are a dark gray color, and this one here, sorry, is a darker purple for the hands on the RID Starscream. And again, the missiles, the tip of the missiles are pink, whereas the first editions, the tips aren't even detailed. So this is Transformers Robots in Disguise Starscream in his awesome looking robot mode. I really can't get enough of this figure. And here's a quick look at the Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Starscream. And I'll give you guys a full 360 in a close-up. Why not? And then maybe we'll discuss a little bit about some of the detail compared to the other, the RD Starscream as well. I was really kind of nervous giving you guys a full 360 because I was afraid he was going to fall off, but surprisingly he stayed on pretty good. So now I'll give you guys a close-up, and then I guess we can discuss a little bit about some of the detail. So as I said with the RID Starscream, if you take a look at the boot, on the first edition it is a silver color, and in the legs it's more of a darker gray compared to the purple, and in the thigh area it's more of a lighter gray compared to the off-white, and then there's some purple detailing for the RID, but there's no detailing in the upper thigh here, and then some gray detailing in the in the crotch area, whereas the RID there's some purple detailing right there as well, and then some pink, instead of being a gray detailing, some pink detailing on the RID. Nice Decepticon logo in the center. And then, like I said, the crest on the middle of the forehead of Starscream, they just didn't paint it, and I don't like that. I wish they would have painted this one. It would have looked so much better. And same with the missiles. I wish they would have painted the missiles red, but I guess I'm just being a nitpicking, I guess. Still a pretty cool figure though. I do like the first edition, don't get me wrong, but I just think the new Transformers Robots in Disguise figures are much more sturdier and a little bit more stability in the figure myself. So this is Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Starscream in his robot mode. So here we have the two figures side by side in their glorious robot modes. On the right hand side we have the new Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream versus the one on the left, the Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Starscream. And again, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream for two reasons. One is because he seems a little bit more stable, and number two, from head to toe, the joints seem a little bit more stronger than the first edition figures. That's just my opinion. In all the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise figures, the joints seem a little bit more stability, more stronger than the first edition. Don't get me wrong, the first edition still look cool, but the joints in the first edition, they seem a little bit more weaker and a lot stronger. That's just my opinion. Anybody else wants to agree, let me know, leave a comment down below. So I'll give you guys a full 360, that way you guys can see all around the difference between the two figures. And the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream has a little bit more detailing than the first edition Starscream. And again, I like how they painted the crest pink on the RID figure, and the first edition they just left it gray. And again, same with the missiles. I like how they painted the tips of the missiles pink, whereas the first edition one, the missiles are just plain gray. I wish they would have painted that, but you can't really do anything about that too much. So that's just a comparison between the two figures, Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Starscream versus Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Starscream. So this is my Mouse 74 with my video review of Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Entertainment 2-pack. Comes with the DVD, comes with Bumblebee and Starscream and the two human figures, Leland Silas Bishop and Mech Soldier. Do I highly recommend it? Heck yeah, guys, pick it up. Awesome looking set. You guys will not be disappointed. I know I'm not. And I'll also leave a video response to this video of the full review of the Transformers Prime First Edition Bumblebee and Starscream. That way you guys can see the full review. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, support the mouse, support your Transformer community. Stay tuned for more reviews and more updates and much, much more. Till then, thanks for watching, guys, and take care. So here we have the two robots.